Hey guys, welcome back. Here's a new video for you guys of me sketching and 3D modeling my first character within a game I'm making called My Inferno. This character at beginning is just going to be a normal security guard. Nothing too, well, he's obviously going to be the main character, but nothing too special about him. But I'm not a good 3D artist nor 2D artist, and about 6 to 7 hours I finally got most of him done. I still need to color, model his holster and his gun, and import him into Unreal. Then he will be good to go. With me being on my keyboard halfway through and I finally gave in, went to Best Buy, I bought a new keyboard. So I'm liking this one, it's a little bit better. I got the Black Widow 4, side tangent inside. He's kind of based on me, but thinner, and people actually like him. Don't worry, I still got my best friend, alcoholism. Sometimes I draw a dynamic pose, doesn't work out. I do follow Josh Black, and I watch a lot of his videos and see a lot of his daily sketches. Dude is beyond talented, and that's just years of practicing. I'm trying to get to that level. I just don't have the patience and motivation to do it, and it kills me because I would love to be there one day. Don't we all dream? But I have been doing this for about a little over a year or so, and just practicing every day I can. It's a lot. It's been like 100% my focus 90% of the days. So a lot of me being inside, lacking vitamin D. But the 3D modeling part took forever, and it actually was the longest part of this, with being around, I want to say, 5.5 hours. So he actually turned out pretty good as a security guard. I worked in security. I'm actually trying to apply for a new job right now. But a lot of people don't know this. Most security officers dress in dark navy blue just like police. But the whole point of being a security officer is to look like a cop. You don't get a lot of the rights as a cop, but you just look like one. That's it. And I really think that this character came across how I wanted him to. I didn't want him to like be overly masculine or like super buff. I just wanted him to look like a normal person. But there is going to be like a deeper, darker side to him at the end when you finally get through the whole game. I think I'm going to release the game in like parts, and then everyone will go through there. I do have some little Easter eggs I want to add to it. Then there will be moments where you'll have, I feel like adding an ARG to this wouldn't be the worst idea ever, but I'm not sure how I'll go about that. I do know what I would do though for it. I just don't know like the puzzles, and like I'm not good at making puzzles. I'm good at solving them, but I'm not good at making them. I feel like that's one of the biggest problems that some people will have, is you could be good at solving them, but you can't be really good at making them. And it gets really frustrating trying to make puzzles when you don't know what you're trying to make them and how you're trying to go about it. Because most puzzles are supposed to be either based off of lore or you doing a certain action, but all of it is supposed to have a reasoning to it. And that is why I'm kind of nervous about having it be partially ARG. I won't have like the main story. The main story is going to be, you see everything, but there will be like a side story where it's going to be an ARG. And that kind of makes me a little nervous because I know how I want it to look, but doesn't mean it's necessarily going to come out that way. Like for me, art and story building and 3D modeling has so much meaning to me. And the game that has that effect on me was The Last of Us. It was the first game I ever really got into and played to the point of obsession. I've beaten that game like 6 times, twice on hardcore, and through like 4 times on normal and once on easy. The very first time I played that game, it was on easy mode, and I beat it within like a few hours, and I played normal and I loved it. And I played hardcore. I haven't gotten the remastered on the PS5, and I feel a little disgraced that I haven't. I still love that game so much. I will die for that. The second one was a huge disappointment. Like a bunch of other people, when I played the second one, when I got done, I rewrote the story and emailed it to the game developers for The Last of Us Part 2, and I don't think they were happy about that, because I heard something about people saying they tweeted out, or like they said something about being offended or upset that people didn't like their story to that point. Like, I don't like a lot of stories, but the first Last of Us means a lot to me because it's like it sculpted me to be the person I am today. Like, I now have a lot of good father figures growing up, but Joel is like the ideal person I kind of want to be sometimes. I want to be a good person to look up to. Yeah, you're gonna have your secrets from people that you care about. You're gonna have certain things that you want to hide. I feel like the first Last of Us had such great story building and world building. The second one had great world building, but didn't have good story building, and that's what kind of drove me away from that one. And I didn't like how in the DLC they made a 12-year-old gay for no reason, but that was just weird. And there's a lot that I didn't like about the second one, but other than that, the gameplay was amazing. I loved it. But with this character, he's going through a lot at this point of his life. He's supposed to be around his 20, I'll say in his late 20s, late 20s, no later than that, probably mid 20s. He just got out of the military and stuff. You'll know more about that probably in the game. Try not to spoil too much about it. But this is gonna be a lot for me, and just trying to make enough like written out script is actually pretty annoying. I don't know how YouTubers do this. But at this part right now, I've remodeled the clothes like 6 to 7 times. It has driven me crazy. Like, doing the clothes was so annoying, and I don't even think I did them right, but I just did something what I thought would be moderately decent. Like, you're going to probably see me retempt the clothes like 3 or 4 times before I actually go into something I like to a certain degree. And sorry if you see some weird pauses. I end up having to go run some errands every now and then, and I forgot to turn off the recording software, so I cut out some of the big chunks of where it was just weirdly paused for a long period of time. There was one pause that was like for 4 minutes straight. I cut that out. It was stupid of me. But yeah, so if it's like 4 minutes long here, it was like probably 2 hours in real world. It was crazy. But yeah, this is just, I didn't like the collar when I did it this way. I tried to make the collar somewhat 3D, but by the end of it, I only just used a single plane and extruded them out from the neck area and remeshing, and just, I didn't really remesh this, but I did try to go off of it. If you guys want a decent remesh tool, I would recommend Quad Remesher, and I'll try to leave a link in the bio for that. It's actually really good, and it's giving me this great geometry to use and work with. I love it personally, and it's honestly one of the best I could ever recommend, and I highly recommend you all to try it out and look at it. But I think when I'm going to color this, I'm going to try to aim for it to be like 2-dimensional. I'm not necessarily going to make this character look super realistic or high def. Like, I kind of almost want this to look 2D. I'm aiming for that aesthetic that Sound Dead has. He has a really nice aesthetic when it comes to his animations. I kind of want to shoot for that when it comes to this, but it's gonna be probably a little bit sloppier. But I think for the terrain and things, like, I'm gonna model all the characters, but for the terrain, I'm going to probably just buy some assets for that, because I just don't have the patience to 3D model all those and get that out of the way. But other than that, I think this character turned out pretty good by the end of it. Granted, his proportions still look a little wonky, like his calves are just massive, but I think that's fine. Like, kind of still in a cartoony aesthetic to a certain degree, but I don't think he's the worst. I hope I can get Proco YouTube channel to look at it and see what they think, even though they usually just do 2D art. 3D artists, if you end up seeing this, give me advice. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I would love it. Like, I want to grow and change and become a better artist every day. Like, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to get an internship at a company, and it's not going well so far. So pray for me, or don't. It's up to you. Your choice, not mine. But yeah, 3D modeling, this was fun. I enjoyed it, actually. I enjoyed this a lot, even though it gave me some headaches. But it's you do how you can, and you just have to keep practicing. Like, I've been doing art since I was little, but I haven't really practiced as hard as I should. Like, I've gone months, sometimes half of a year to a break from art, and I've never been so dedicated to it. And that was because for a long period of time I gave up. I didn't think I could be good enough. I didn't think I could push myself to a certain point that I could see myself change. And now I've hit a point where I've actually started seeing improvement in my art and what I'm making, and seeing how it's become so much better. I feel like learning in different medias to a certain degree is really good for you. Like learning 2D, like pencil sketch, to digital art, to 3D modeling is all really helpful and amazing. And I highly recommend it. And I'm really great that I can get into a career field in this world where I can actually be creative. But I just wanted to say, hey, everyone here, I'm grateful and thankful that you all watched, and like this video if you can, subscribe even. Like, hey, I'm not doing this as a career right now. I don't think it ever will be a career for me. But hey, like and subscribe, and just keep on watching the videos, see what I make next. Thank you all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.